So go in and in your...
The biggest reward as a teacher that I think you can get is to see your students go into their field of choice, something that they love, and be successful doing it. Almost all the work that we do here is geared towards getting them into the field or getting them into college. So we build a portfolio every year. It's all the students, best work, very, very detailed with their explanations of what skills they've learned and how they've made things and how it's gonna help them either get accepted into a college or get them into a job in the field. Many times I am surprised by the talent. In fact, it's oftentimes that I'll start showing students something in September, and by November I kind of look at their work and say, wow, this is like better than the stuff I could do. Nice job, We've been kicking around this idea of a game for a couple of years, and it was called Hero Sandwich Evolved, kind of a spoof game loosely based on Halo Combat Evolved with an 8-bit aesthetic. And we've been kicking around for a couple of years, and hey, wouldn't it be funny if we had the condiments instead of the Covenant? And wouldn't it be funny if it was the food instead of the Flood? Ha 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 ha, we get all these laughs out of it. And then we came up with the idea of making Frozen Cow Studios, which would be a studio that would give employment opportunities to local programmers, local artists. We think by giving these former students an opportunity to be employed, we would also help to revive the local economy a little bit. The very first hurdle that we had was getting funding just for the legal parts and the technical parts of the studio. So we had a GoFundMe campaign, and the community was immensely helpful in getting us the funds that we needed. And then it was like, hey, we've got this studio, maybe we should just go ahead and make this game.
Before I thought, it doesn't take that much to create games, but now I'm actually creating one, and it's like, whoa. A lot of steps here that I never knew before, but I'm glad I'm learning these.
It involves building mechanics and building your engines, but building your levels. The level design process was really interesting.
No level should be the kind of thing where somebody can breeze through it the first time and get to the end, So in addition to these guys shooting down, there's gonna be one of those patrols tossing out,
more things.
Exactly.
What we did was we came up with different game mechanics for each level that we wanted, and also either a new enemy or some sort of new challenge that's gonna be issued at each level.
But as long as you stay behind the trees, you won't get caught by the patrol.
By the time it's all done, we're gonna have 10 levels. And not just throwing them together and hope that things work. You have to really go meticulously think, how do I want this to work? How do I want it to begin? How do I want it to end? What makes it interesting? It's looking at things like color schemes. It's looking at designs and physical 3D designs, as well as 2D designs and drawings, and coming up with something with personality. You have to have a connection to the characters in the game, and if you don't get that connection, you're gonna have a really boring game. None of us are super strong programmers, but a lot of it we were able to do ourselves and continue to do ourselves. A few things we've had people working with us that are professionals in the field that have kind of given us a helping hand when we need those specific targeted things. They've been able to help us out. Kickstarter, I think, could be really helpful to our cause. For the Kickstarter campaign, we want to make enough money to release this game. There's things that we're gonna have to do. They're gonna require man hours, and man hours time is money. Most of this is going to be done with the students, but if we're going to sit here and work for 8 hours a day on this game and they're going to forego summer jobs, these are kids getting ready to go to college. I mean, they need to make a little bit for their work too. It's going to pay for certain things that we are going to have to outsource. For example, none of us know how to make chiptune music. We've got somebody that we're working with right now, but he's not going to work for free. And it's also going to pay for any things that we know are going to pop up that we're not prepared for. When you contribute to the campaign, the first thing that you're getting is a great game that was made by aspiring students and a few graduates as well. The number 2 thing you're gonna get is really cool Kickstarter exclusives that you can't get with the release of the regular game. But also, we hope at least that the people that contribute to it can really feel good about their contribution. You're giving these students a chance that normally wouldn't have a chance to do something like this.
Honestly, you learn better with hands-on than you will just by sitting in a room all day with someone telling you, oh, this is how you do this. And it's a good resume builder.
This class pretty much just gave me like a main direction for what I want to do after high school, so it was a huge help.
All of my basic knowledge of programming I learned in this room.
The ultimate goal of Frozen Cow Studios is to make this sustainable and to make really great games that help students out, help people, local programmers and designers out, and help out the town of Bradford.